The Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated no more.
The Bills make me wanna shout, kick your heels up and shout.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video of Sports Talk Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs 30-21 in what is always a fantastic matchup between these two teams. And the Bills move to 9-2 on the regular season to start the regular season for the first time since 1992. This is the first time the Bills are 9-2 since before most of the players on this Bills roster were even born. That is how long it has been since we've seen this level of success to start a season for our Buffalo Bills. This is probably the most successful we have seen the Buffalo Bills in the Sean McDermott era to start a season. And you can't just point to one thing for this Buffalo Bills team, is the whole of the Bills is greater than the sum of its parts so far, right? The entire thing is greater than the sum of its parts. You can't point to one thing that is making this Buffalo Bills team successful. It's not just Josh Allen. It's not just a wide receiver, like a Stephon Diggs. It's not just an Amari Cooper. Everyone is contributing. It's not just James Cook. It's not just the defense making incredible plays. Everybody is contributing. Everybody is stepping up when they are needed to, and that is why the Buffalo Bills are 9-2 through these first 11 games. Now, in this game against the Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo really struggled to run the ball, as you probably would have guessed. Kansas City has a very, very solid defense, and the Bills just couldn't do pretty much anything all game long, as Cook, Johnson, and Davis combined for just 49 yards rushing for the entire day. Josh Allen was the Sabres' leading rusher, but we'll get into him more later. However, it was near the goal line that James Cook did his damage, as he scored 2 touchdowns, one around the right side where he uses his speed, and one in which it was about 5 yards out. You see the physicality that James Cook has been running with all season long, as he just bowls over multiple defenders, and he just would not be denied the end zone on this play. You've seen it multiple times this season. James Cook is running far more violent than we have seen him run the previous year. He has looked very, very good and efficient running the ball, using not just his speed, but using his strength this year that we hadn't seen in the year past. And it is creating big plays for this Buffalo Bills team, and a very welcomed addition in the backfield for James Cook. The Bills now have yet another weapon that they can have at their disposal, and in between the tackles, right? So it doesn't have to be just Josh Allen plowing up the middle, for the short yardage gains. It can be James Cook hammering it in between the tackles. He's not just an outside runner, and he is showing you that this year. No better example than, of course, that touchdown run where he literally breaks through about 3 or 4 defenders to get into that end zone. An incredible run by James Cook. And overall, again, the Bills struggled running the ball, but made the plays when they had the opportunities. Now, in this game, Buffalo's defense overall did a pretty good job against Patrick Mahomes. They held him to just 22 of 33 passing for just 196 yards. Now, Mahomes did throw 3 touchdowns in this game, right? One of them was, of course, him taking advantage of a Josh Allen interception, an interception in which you saw Allen kind of floated out there, thought Dawson Knox was going to keep running, but doesn't. And he just basically throws it up to nobody except the Kansas City defender, And Mahomes does what Mahomes does. He makes the Bills pay for it, and they score a touchdown. There were multiple lead changes in this game, obviously for both sides. Kansas City at one point held the lead 7-6, 14-13. Of course, that was because of a missed extra point by Tyler Bass. However, the Bills' defense, again, was very good in this game. They made Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable. They picked him off on the very first series, which led to the Buffalo Bills. I think they led to the Buffalo Bills scoring a touchdown. Fantastic drive, fantastic play as they made Mahomes step up in the pocket. As he was getting tackled, he just kind of chucks it up, and it was an interception by Taylor Rapp. And then, of course, later in the game, when the Bills were up 30-21, they force Mahomes to step up again and kind of chuck one downfield on a 4th and 13, tries to get it to Travis Kelce, and it was, of course, Terrell Bernard who comes in and makes the interception for the Buffalo Bills. So again, they gave up 3 touchdowns, but they also forced Mahomes into multiple turnovers, one to take the lead to start the game and one to finish the game. And in between, they held Mahomes to just 196 yards passing, as well as holding Kansas City to just 78 yards rushing overall in this game. Just 78 yards rushing. Kareem Hunt was their leading rusher. I think he had 14 carries for like 60 yards in this game. The Bills' defense has been a very bend but don't break defense all year long, and it gets the job done once again. They make the plays when it matters most, and that is why this defense has been so successful. Now we have to talk about the star of this game, right? And usually you cannot talk about a win without talking about Josh Allen doing something spectacular. Now, as I stated earlier in the video, this year has been a little bit different as the Bills have been able to win in multiple different ways, right? Josh Allen had to be a hero in game 1. There was a couple games where Josh Allen didn't really have to do a whole lot as the run game just ran down the opponent. That was a welcome sight because we are very used to Josh Allen having to shoulder all of the responsibility. But it was once again Josh Allen having to put on the superhero cape in this game and make plays because the run game was not there. It was not working. Josh Allen, even though he had a bit of an off game, he missed some pretty easy throws. He made some reads or, misread a couple plays, had some guys open. He still went 27 of 40 for 262 yards, a touchdown, and that pick that I mentioned earlier. He also led the team in rushing, which I mentioned earlier. He had 12 carries for 55 yards and a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, to seal the game. That was a huge play for the Buffalo Bills in this game as it basically salted the game away for the Bills. It was 4th and 2, late in the fourth quarter. The Bills were on the 26-yard line, and they were only up by 2 points. There was more than 2 minutes left on the clock. And of course, we all know if you give Pat Mahomes 2 minutes, only up by 2, or even if you kick the field goal up by 5, there's a good chance he's going to find a way to beat you. Sean McDermott said, "Not this time," and Josh Allen said, "I will not allow that to happen." Drops back, is expecting man coverage, sees zone, doesn't panic, scrambles out, breaks multiple tackles, and runs it in for a 26-yard game-sealing touchdown. That is superhero Josh Allen. That is why he is considered one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. And another shining example of everyone who calls him a 1-yard touchdown merchant not knowing what the fuck they're talking about. You don't even have to watch Bills games. You could just watch highlights to know that he is not a 1-yard touchdown merchant. That's such a stupid fucking narrative by fans who have no idea. They listen to these boneheads on ESPN who themselves apparently don't watch the highlights, to notice that Josh Allen scores a majority of his touchdowns 5 yards, rushing touchdowns 5 yards out, 10 yards out, 15 yards out. In this case, 26 yards out. Josh Allen is a legitimate dual threat quarterback and one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and he outdueled the consensus number one quarterback in the NFL, knocking them off the podium in the regular season once again. Josh Allen is the only quarterback to beat Pat Mahomes 4 different times. But don't get it twisted. This is not the Bills' Super Bowl. As most fans believe, most other fans believe, they say, well, this is the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl, so enjoy it. Once again, yeah, we're going to enjoy it, and we're going to enjoy the hell out of it for 2 weeks. Because the Bills are on a bye week, this coming week. But make no mistake, a lot of us, I said it all week long, if the Bills win, great. I am ecstatic. I am excited. But if the Bills lose, it is not the end of the world. They would have still been 8-3. They would have still been in fantastic position. And the real test comes if they play each other in the playoffs. If these two teams meet in the playoffs, that is the one that matters most. That is the one I need to see the Bills win. Because I am so sick and tired of the narrative that Josh Allen is not a playoff performer, when we all know, if you just watch the games, that he is not the reason why they are losing these games. Josh Allen has been a stud in the playoffs. So I need that narrative to fucking go away, and I need the Bills to continue to get healthy, continue to build, continue to find ways to win, and carry that into the playoffs this season. I need the Bills to get at least one Super Bowl before Josh Allen retires. Do I think it will hurt his legacy if he doesn't win a Super Bowl? Of course, right? I don't want him to be the Dan Marino of the Buffalo Bills, right? Just a prolific passer who never was able to get it done. I don't need another Jim Kelly. We already have Jim Kelly, who got us there a bunch of times, couldn't seal the deal. I need a Josh Allen to finally get this team over the hump. I need Sean McDermott and the defense to get this team over the hump in the playoffs. That, for fans like me, is what matters most. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It was a big game. How big of a game did you think it was coming into this week? And how do you think this game played out? Do you think Allen outdueled Mahomes? Do you think Mahomes was better than Josh Allen? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I try to read each and every one of those comments. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I talk Bills, Sabres, and the University at Buffalo men's basketball and football teams right here on this page. And as always, have a fantastic week.